What's up, Royals? Hope you're doing well. Got a clutch of eggs to cut for you. And obviously this is not the eggs, but I wanted to show this guy off first. I'll tell you a little bit of story about this clutch that I'm about to cut. I originally got a Enchi pied poshet for hypo. And she was just so beautiful, and I thought that it was due to the het hypo influence. I thought being hypo and her being so light that she had to prove out for het hypo, and she did. But in her clutch were even amazing animals that did not have het hypo, and so I did play around with it. I think I have a dinker gene in the mix, still working to develop it, to understand it. But this is one of her babies. This is a Enchi Orange Dream pied that is not het for hypo, and he has put in some work for me, although not a lot because he is still kind of small. But yeah, I just wanted to show this off to you guys first so you can see what I'm talking about. It is not the het hypo influence. It is just a really, really bright animal. So I'm hoping that I might have something new. And with this clutch, maybe we'll see something interesting. So right here is the clutch. The mom is that Enchi pied het hypo, the original mom that started this whole thing for me. And there are two males that went to her this season. One being the one I just showed you, which is the Enchi Orange Dream pied, not het for hypo. And if he sired it, then we may be able to really bring out that dinker gene because we may be able to double up on it. But that one, like I said, being fairly young, fairly small, I did put another male into with the female, and that is a Orange Dream, a yellow belly pied het hypo. So I may have screwed things up for myself, but we'll see. Hopefully we'll get something super, super bright. As long as we're not getting yellow belly, I think we can get closer to seeing if we have that dinker gene, if it is a dinker gene, and if we can double up on it. So we'll start with the one that did already pip. Now these should be all pieds because we have pieds. Both males are pieds, and of course the mom is a pied. And that is really, really bright. I don't see yellow belly, which is a good sign, but super bright. I don't see the Enchi pattern. The Enchi does change the pied pattern a little bit. It'll turn the blacks to a greenish purplish color, and I'm seeing nice crisp blacks here. So this is a very bright animal. Not quite sure what it is. Could be Orange Dream. We got a little emoji right there. Orange Dream pied. All right, up next. So it might be a little bit hard to tell if we did hit that dinker gene just because the brightness of these babies out of the egg is just incredible. Wow, look at that. So this one, you can tell, has that purplish greenish tint to those black markings, even though they're very, very minor, very small right there. That has to have Enchi in it. Again, I'm not seeing the jagged edges of a yellow belly. So this could be Orange Dream Super Enchi, or yeah, it might be Orange Dream Super Enchi because we do have Enchi on both sides, although only the dad has Orange Dream. But it doesn't look quite like a Super Enchi Orange Dream pied. Very bright. We'll have to wait for these to crawl out. Make sure you guys stick around for the second half of this video. And I'll show you an update of this clutch once all the babies have come out. and we'll go from there. But right now, this is super exciting. I have very high hopes for this clutch. Okay, this one looks to be a straight up Orange Dream pied. And with the mom being het for hypo, these are pos het, 50% het for hypo. We can get these tested, of course, over at shedtesting.com. My buddy Charlie does the tests. He's been great to me. Really fast turnaround time, at least from what I've experienced. That is another Orange Dream pied. So we're hitting Orange Dream on this, which is pretty good, because I would think that we would be hitting more Enchis, because we have Enchi on the dad and moms, on the dad and on the mom. Charlie's shedtesting.com website is where I go to order my tests, and the promo code is down in the description. I think it's Kai10. So give them a try. Oh, that is a Enchi pied. That's definitely an Enchi pied. I think Enchi pied, possibly OD Enchi pied, being so bright. But right now, let's just say Enchi pied. We got 2 more eggs to go. Oh, this one is big. This one's pushing on the egg. Come on, give me something super bright like we saw earlier. I mean, that bright one that we saw earlier, that might be the best one out of the clutch. Of course, when there's so many genes, it's hard to hit another one. This appears to be a Enchi Orange Dream. So if this is an Enchi Orange Dream, then this one over here has to be more than that. So it's either going to be a Orange Dream Super Enchi or that Dinker gene that we talked about. So Orange Dream Enchi Dinker gene or Orange Dream Super Enchi Dinker gene. They're all possibilities there. And our very last egg, this is a gusher. A lot of juice in here. Wow. So this is another bright one. Not as bright as that one right there, but it's very bright. This appears to be, you know what? I think this is the Enchi Orange Dream Possible Dinker, and this one would be the Enchi Orange Dream Super Enchi Possible Dinker. So we have two animals in here that we can be hopeful with. But again, I'll give you guys an update once they've all crawled out. So stay tuned. This video is sponsored by Redline Shipping. Excellent products and services. Redline Shipping will take care of all your shipping needs. Go give them a try over at redlineshipping.com. As promised, here is the update video now that they've all crawled out. I think this little one missed on all the codoms. This is just a straight up pied, and I did get skunked with the odds. I think they have only maybe 1 or 2 females because they're all male. So there is the regular pied. And then we have this beautiful OD pied, and you can see in comparison to that regular pied just how much brighter and cleaner those saddles are. You can see how this has a little bit of dirtiness on the side of those lines, whereas this is super clean. The oranges are very clean as opposed to this a little bit of dusty dirtiness. But yeah, this is a Orange Dream pied. I believe this to be another male. Yep. And over here we have 2 Enchi pieds. Enchi brings in a lot of pattern, and you can see that there's a little bit of greenish. They bring in some greenish colors, and you'll see later that when combined with more codoms like Orange Dream and Super Enchi, those almost turn a bit of a purplish color, which is pretty cool. There's a male on that side, and this is the other Enchi. Come on. Come on. There's that other Enchi pied, and I believe this to be a male as well. So we got two male Enchi pieds. Now here's where things get a little interesting. So this is one of those Enchi pieds you just saw earlier, and this one just doesn't quite have that greenish tint like an Enchi pied does. This one has some of the blockings. Again, it's not high white. We know Enchi brings in a lot of pattern, and this one has a lot less pattern. It's got a good distribution. I would say maybe like 50-50 of pattern and white. But the point I'm trying to make is it doesn't have this kind of coloration and pattern in the saddles. So I don't think this has Enchi in it. And if we bring the Orange Dream back, it doesn't quite look like an Orange Dream either. You see it still has some of that dirtiness in here where the blacks in the saddles. There's some cleanliness, but not as clean as the Orange Dream, and it doesn't quite have that orange color as an Orange Dream. So this little one is what I was noticing before when I said that I could possibly have a Dinker gene in my collection with the pieds, and that's a boy as well. So we'll see what happens. I'm still playing around with that Dinker gene, see if I can isolate it a little bit more and try to reproduce it. Now we have some really interesting ones. This one right here, I believe to be OD Enchi pied. And you can just see how really pretty this one is in comparison to the earlier ones. It's got a lot of pattern. We know it to be Enchi based on the pattern, based on the eye stripes. It's very pretty, and it's obviously not that greenish tint like this Enchi pied. So the OD is what's lifting some of that color, brightening some of that color, and cleaning up that greenish tint, the little dusting that we saw in a plain Enchi pied. And lastly, we have this stunner. And I told you, when there's doubling of Enchi, these marks in here, obviously they are kind of diluted a little bit, but they form a little bit of a purplish color. So this one I believe to be Super Enchi OD pied, and I believe this one to be a boy. So we can hold this one back for future projects. And also the mom of this clutch, I think I mentioned before, is 100% het for hypo. So I will definitely be getting these tested. I'm hoping this little guy comes back positive for het hypo. That would be amazing. I just love making these pieds. If there was a killer clown combo or a puzzle combo or something, sunset combo, and you put this right next to it in comparison, and you ask somebody who's not really in this hobby to pick which one they like, even though I think we know from a market standpoint this one would be lower in price than that killer like Pompeii clown, this is what attracts new people, and you can clearly see why, because it is just so vibrant and beautiful and unique. That about wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel and you want to be informed of future uploads, please subscribe and ring that notification down below. As always, thanks for watching. Please share, and remember, Royals for life. Peace out.